Thank you, panel, for your frank discussions. I'm going to be frank as well. Ben Franklin was asked about how do you get people out of poverty, and his reply was make people uncomfortable in their poverty. Right now, I have high school teachers who are asking their students, what are you going to do when you graduate? Well, I'm going to be on welfare. I'm not uncomfortable on it. It's fine for me. This goes to the core of what your soft skills discussion had to deal with. These kids are very happy to be buried inside their electronic leashes. They're comfortable. They're not, as I've been around other countries around this world, where they have real abject poverty, not like what we call poverty here. We've kicked the fathers out of the home, and we've become a nation of enablers for these young people. And how do we go about trying to turn that tide? Have you guys heard of anything out there that is actually working towards that end? Anything targeting that?
You know, I think it comes back to the focus in many cases when it comes to Pennsylvania's youth should be awareness and making sure that high school kids, middle school kids, even younger, are aware that in many cases in their communities are good paying jobs, and making sure there's a clear understanding of what requirements are necessary to apply for these positions and to put yourself in the best position to get hired. I do think that if you frame it in a way that is compelling to a high school kid, and if not, not necessarily the goal of, as Carl talked about, of a 4-year degree. Not that there's anything that should absolutely be encouraged, but if you make the goal, do you want to be living in your parents' basement when you're 25 years old? I think you're going to have a lot of 16-year-olds saying, oh, absolutely not. How do I avoid that? Well, here are the positions, here are the types of industries that are likely to be hiring in the next 2 to 3 years when you graduate. Here's what you need to do in high school, and here are the credentials you need to earn after, post-secondary to apply for these jobs. And then we have to hope that that young Pennsylvanians follow that guidance and put themselves in the best position to succeed.
I would only add to that I think it's helpful to the extent we can provide opportunities for young people to get into the workplaces through mentorships, through apprenticeships, and to see that there is really a career there, and there are mentors who are there to help you understand what you need to do to succeed in that career. I think that also helps.
Well, I know in my hometown, there's a manufacturing company that they have manufacturing day, and they bring young kids in, and they're actually showing these kids what kind of really good paying jobs there are available. And the problem seems to be that in some cases, we have school administrations trying to divert those kids away from it. Or on the flip side, we've also got people, as I said, who are more than happy to be enablers. So we've got to try and figure a way to get motivation coming from both ends of the spectrum. Frank, you had mentioned about the training and keeping track of the dollars, and you and I both know we're both on the same page on this. You forgot to mention something I think is very important with your program, is that you're actually paying these people rather than taking money. You're actually paying people to be on these programs.
That's correct. They have a job, and they're getting paid every week, and they have no debt when they're done. So,
and that's one of the best returns on the dollar.